But I think what a lot of people don't take into account is that a lot of the comparative advantage that these other countries have, like China, like India, like Mexico, is they are able to produce things for so cheap because they don't have the restrictions that we have. They don't have a fucking $8 an hour minimum wage like we have. They don't have fucking environmental laws that say they can't, that they have to fucking do something with the waste, or that they have to limit their emissions, or that they can't just fucking dump it into the fucking stream, and they don't do it. And therefore, China's able to make shit way less expensive than we are. And so we're over here following our minimum wage laws, following our environmental restrictions, doing all these things, all these extra corporate taxes, all these extra things, and we're not able to even compete with India's iPhone. We couldn't possibly produce the iPhone here. And people were saying, well, people are advocating for, and what I always go back to
Can't
is,
even make the automobile here.
if the solution seems too simple, you're missing something. There are people on Facebook that, for instance, today, very relevant topic, Trump withdrew from the Paris climate agreement. He withdrew from it. And everybody, and regardless of what your opinion is on that, everybody has their own opinion. Regardless of what you think, people are on there going, he just doesn't give a fuck about the environment, blah, 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 blah. It's not that fucking simple. It's not that fucking simple. Do you really think that all the world's issues come down to just fucking caring?
Nixon created the Environmental Protection Agency. You think Nixon was all about the environment?
No, they weren't.
Right.
They weren't. And so basically, and it was a great point. I listened to the whole speech on fucking WBAL 1090, dude. Trump gave his full explanation of why he drew out. Because honestly, it was very hard to find objective facts about the agreement. I looked pretty hard and I couldn't find fucking any facts about what it was. But basically what we're really talking about here is people don't understand that this is a global situation. People don't understand that this is not just America. If you raise America's minimum wage, that's not the world minimum wage. That's not the world minimum wage. You can pay people $15 an hour in America, and if I'm a corporation, I'm going to say, well, why? And people go, well, if you were just paying people more money here, everybody would be making more money, right? No. If I'm Walmart, and I got to pay people $15 an hour to stock my stores, I'm either going to A, completely automate everything, or I'm going to B, move all my shit to another country where I don't have to pay $15 an hour, and all those people that would have gotten paid $15 an hour are now making $0 an hour. Completely. People with the environment thing, it's not as simple as, do you just want to curtail emissions? Of course we want to curtail emissions, but here's what's going to happen. You make this law that says America is not allowed to do this, that, bum, 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 bum. What about China? China's allowed to do it.
Yeah, they have way more population.
And what about India? India is allowed to keep doing the same fucking shit. They got 10 years, 15 years down the road before they have to start fucking doing anything different. You know, all these other countries are able to completely carry on. India has a bigger population than the United States.
Oh, dude.
China has a bigger population than the United States.
The sacredest river, like the Nile in India, is fucking, you step into it and you'd be lucky not to just get sick on the spot.
They don't give a fuck over there. And that's what people don't understand. It's like, no, this is a world thing. It's a world thing. You're not just, when we say we're going to eliminate these fossil fuel jobs and stuff like that in America, that doesn't mean that they're being eliminated completely. All it means is we're putting them somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, and regardless, if you think that should still be done, great. You know, everybody has their own opinion. But what you don't understand is we're all in the same earth, right? So if we just take all the coal jobs that would have been here, and now they're all being performed by India and China, is that not still contributing to global warming?
The same atmosphere.
It's the same. We didn't fucking cut anything, really.
Right, yeah. The short-sightedness is frustrating,
because people are always thinking, and people are always thinking in terms of, how does this benefit me? But they don't realize that they're thinking that way. When you're talking about why we shouldn't impose this, that, or the other tax on products that come in from Mexico, or products that come in from India, or products that come in from China, because, well, we could never do it here, and they can produce it cheaper. You want to fucking sit on Facebook and talk about how everyone in America should be making this amount of money per hour, and it's inhumane that they don't have health coverage, and this, that, the other thing, but you're perfectly fucking fine if some kid in India is fucking working 12-hour days for 9 cents on the fucking hour with no health insurance, fucking dying by the time he's 26, but you want to get your fucking iPhone cheaper, and that's comparative advantage.
Yeah, totally.
You're the one that doesn't give a fuck.
Absolutely.
It's not that fucking simple. And everybody, dude, if we were just allowed to fucking talk about it, if we were just allowed to fucking have this conversation, we could get down to that. But no,
well, we are, because
Nazi.
you started this podcast, and now we can have these goddamn conversations.
Yeah, well, it's fucking listeners.
No,